Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Welcome back to Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. I am actually going to buy the TMs here at Slateport City before we go any further. Mainly because of Thunderwave, but also because I want to get all of the TMs, which is going to be fun to do when we get into the post-game stuff. But today, the plan is, of course, this is the third of 8 videos where we will be catching legendary Pokemon. But for now, I want to teach Rex Thunderwave. It's just going to help with some legendary Pokemon catching. If I, like, for example, can't, I'll get rid of Flash. If, for example, I can't send the legendary Pokemon to sleep anymore, I can always use Thunderwave to poison them using Magnetric. But as you can see on my party, I have Lugia on my I didn't want to do that, I wanted to turn off the XP share. I have Lugia on my team, and in order to get these legendary Pokemon that we're going to be going after today, you will need either Ho-Oh or Lugia. You don't need both of them, and you will need to, of course, soar in the sky, because we are going to look for a Mirage spot. Now this one, I believe, appears near Morville City, which is actually this way, but I could be wrong. No, looks like I was wrong. I think the... Okay, let's have a bit of a hunt for it, because I can't actually remember. There's the one near Dewford, but I think that's the Daily Mirage spot. Yeah, that's Mirage Island. I will find it. Oh, hang on, is it here? Yes, it is here. It's by Rustboro City. It is the Trackless Forest. Now, this Mirage spot, unlike Crescent Isle, is time-based. Well, you will always see the Mirage Island as long as you have either Lugia or Ho-Oh on your team. However, the Pokemon that's inside it, I think we're going to get something, feeling an intense gaze, almost electrifying your entire body. Body. The Pokemon that's inside it is time-based, and of course we want to save before we go into here. Now, when the time is between any hour, it can be any hour, but the minutes have to be between 0 minutes and 19 minutes. When you encounter this Pokemon, it will be one Pokemon. When it's between 20 minutes and 39 minutes, it will be a different Pokemon. And when it's between 40 minutes and 59 minutes, it will be the third Pokemon. And of course, the fact that we have a legendary Pokemon on our team from Johto kind of signifies what these Pokemon will be. But if you didn't know, then, well, the title and thumbnail kind of gives it away. However, because these are time-based, if you have messed with your 3DS clock or put your game in a different console, this will not work. You will just have a ring floating here with nothing in it. You have to wait not 1 day, but 2 days for the time-based events in Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire to reset. However, all that said and done, let's go. We did just save, didn't we? Yeah. Let's go and interact with this hoop here. Something visible deep in the hole. Would you like to put your hand in? Yes, we will. Oh, the awesome Generation 2 music. Here we have Raikou, level 50 with the moves Spark, Reflect, Crunch, and Thunderfang. Raikou is a very good speedy special attacker. That Reflect is actually going to help us not do as much damage here as well, which is great. And luckily for anyone fighting it in this game, it only has physical moves for you to deal with. Ooh, that was interesting. Still, the chances of it paralyzing or causing you to flinch is high and will frustrate you. So if you want to, I highly recommend slowing it down. I'm just going to use my usual strategy of sending it to sleep though. Being so fast and having access to Rain Dance, Raikou can do a lot of damage with Thunder. It even learns Calm Mind at level 78 if you don't have the TM for it, and has access to other strong special moves to increase your coverage and deal with potential threats. Now, I did actually equip my Elastigirl here with the Silk Scarf so that False Swipe would do even more damage. However, that Reflect is proving to be a bit of a nuisance. I'm going to predict the Wake Up here. Yes, use Reflect again, but it failed. I'll send it back to sleep. Very fine indeed. And we will hit it with one more False Swipe. Should get it. Oh, the Reflect wore off. Definitely going to get that down to... oh, the Generation 2 music is so good. Definitely going to get that down to 1 hit point. Kaboom! Alright, critical hit as well. Very good. So, time for us to start throwing Pokeballs. And I haven't got very many Timer Balls left. I kind of want to do Ultra Balls just because Raikou will look good coming out of an Ultra Ball. The other two may not, but Luxury balls would be nice as well, but they don't have a high catch rate. So I think it's just going to be timer balls again. I think this is probably the best way of catching legendary Pokemon, just because the matches against legendary Pokemon typically last for so long. Obviously, we're not 10 turns into this battle yet, but I don't see this strategy failing, unless I run out of timer balls. But yeah, the thing about Raikou is that it's not going to be doing too much damage with us. Even Spark, as we'll see here, it doesn't do... I mean, we resist it as well, which is fantastic. Yeah, Raikou is actually one of the best of the 3 legendary Pokemon we're catching today. Even, like, we just resist all of its moves. We're not going to have this luck with the other 2 legendary Pokemon, but we should be able to outspeed them, so we'll see. We'll see. I believe that takes us up to around, like, 8 or 9 turns, so time to throw a couple more timer balls. I believe the way it works in ORAS is that the timer balls have a catch rate or a catch modifier of ×1, so no change, until it hits level turn 10, and then it becomes ×4, or is it ×3? I think it's ×4. ×3 is like Duskfall in the dark, but nevertheless, it's going to take us a while. We haven't even had a single shake yet. Still fast asleep, that's surprising. So I think I will cut you guys back in once something interesting happens. Chances are it will be a catch, because Raikou is probably going to be the easiest Pokemon we catch today. And we still haven't had a shake. Very surprising. It's probably going to wake up. No, it's not. Okay, so I will bring you guys back in once we have a Raikou on our team. Wow, that was surprising. I literally, like, the next ball I threw, and I caught Raikou. Remember, you can catch Raikou between 0 minutes past the hour and 19 minutes past the hour, so you don't have a lot of time to do this. Alright, we have the Thunder Pokemon, Raikou. Raikou embodies the speed of lightning. The roars of this Pokemon can send shockwaves shuddering through the air and shake the ground as if lightning bolts have come crashing down. Am I going to nickname this Pokemon? Oh, of course I will. And I will call my Raikou Spark. Yeah. Right, so now that we have Raikou, the hoop will be empty, mysterious ring floating in the air. This is the message you'll get if you haven't done the, or if your time-based events aren't working and you have to wait. So you can wait around until the next 20-minute slot arrives. However, the ring will still have the same message in it. You have to leave and come back in order for the Pokemon to change. So I will do that, and I will be right back with you guys. Alright, we are back. A blazing and strong presence is in the air. I wonder what this could be. But of course, as you can see, if I go to save it, because I need to save it anyway, it is 22 minutes past. So again, between 20 minutes past, or is it 19? No, it's between 20 minutes past and 39 minutes past. If you interact with the hoop again, would you like to put your hand in? Yes. We have the same awesome music, and now we have Entei, level 50 with the move Stomp, Flamethrower, Swagger, and Fire Fang. I'm kind of hoping we'll get to see something here that I'm predicting. Oh, you Stomp, damn it. Entei's stats are distributed a little weirdly. It's not quite as fast as Raikou, but it has baller attack, and weirdly, high hit points too. It doesn't have great defenses to back up its hit points, but it's still an interesting stat, and definitely helps when using Eruption. Entei is still pretty fast, but its biggest downside is its lack of physical moves. You're very limited, and unfortunately, if you're wanting to use Entei, chances are you're gonna end up being predictable. Now, the thing I was hoping to show off was the fact that it uses Swagger. I was kind of anticipating it to Swagger us right at the beginning, hence why I've switched Elastigirl to be holding a Persim Berry, because that will allow it to, there's a Swagger, yes. Of course, it finishes now. That will allow it to, there we go, attack Rose sharply, but we get confused, and the Persim Berry will heal its confusion immediately, and we get like a free stat increase there, and we get a critical hit right as it's at like 1 hit point. And we managed to avoid the second swagger, which is great. Alright, Entei, here we go. Down to 1 hit point. Down to sleep. I'm actually going to use this chance to heal up slightly. Let's go with some super potions. I did buy these so that I could heal between battles rather than using hyper potions, but I'm comfortable with the amount of damage we can heal here. Very surprised Entei has not used any fire type moves. Of course, remember it has Flamethrower and Fire Fang. Fire Fang is going to be the one to watch out for with that humongous attack stat. There we go. 1, 2, 3. First ball! Boom! Entei, get in my Pokeball. Yes, my elbow just clicked because I cheered. Oh man, easiest Entei catch ever. It's only been like 2 minutes. Volcano Pokemon Entei. Registration complete. Entei embodies the passion of magma. This Pokemon is thought to have been born in the eruption of a volcano. It sends up massive bursts of fire that utterly consume all that they touch. I have an issue with this Pokedex entry. This Pokemon is thought to have been born in the eruption of a volcano, which we will get into when we're fighting the 3rd legendary and I talk more about these legendary beasts. Am I going to give a nickname to the Pokemon? Yes, I am. Combust has been transferred to Hoenn. 211. And yeah, I've kind of been storing my legendary Pokemon in that final box, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so with Entei in our team now, it's time to re-equip the Silk Scarf back to no, don't discard it, you plonker. Back to Elastigirl, and it's time to wait around about 15 minutes for the final Pokemon to appear, and yeah, I will be back with you when that happens. Alright, back we are again. Here we go. Cold air like the north wind. That's a cool reference there. Sweeps over the area. I thought that said sea for a minute. So, of course, between 40 minutes past and 59 minutes past any hour, we're going to save the game here. We will encounter the 3rd and final of the legendary beasts. Oh boy, and this one, I think I'm going to have some issues with it. Wow, the music! Oh, we have Suicune, level 50 with the moves Aurora Beam, Mist, Mirror Coat, and Ice Fang. A water type with just ice type attacks. Would normally be an advantage if I wasn't using a grass type. A little slower, as we can see, than the other two, but Suicune is the definition of bulky water type. With access to moves like Reflect, Tailwind, and Toxic, it's great at withering down opponents and keeping your own team buffed up. Wow, it woke up straight away. Not only that, but Scald is another fantastic choice. 80 power and a 30% chance of burning the opponent and cutting their attack in half just adds to the bulk that Suicune has. Now, I've got 2 things I need to talk about when it comes to these legendary beasts. Why, oh why, do people refer to them as legendary dogs so often? I mean, not so much recently, but they always used to be called like, oh, the legendary dogs. I guess because in Colosseum, like, the first you would see is Entei, and people are like, oh, it looks like a big old dog. But it's not. They are clearly based on big cats. Raikou is based on a tiger, Entei is based on a lion, and Suicune, I believe, is based on a cheetah. So why people call them dogs, I have no idea. Mirror Coat is obviously not going to do anything to us. So that's my first issue I have with people talking about these Pokemon. Now, the second thing I want to bring up is the history behind them and how they came into being. Remember the Pokedex entry for Entei said that it was believed to have been born in the magma of a volcano? That is complete bullraw. Like, everyone knows, and if you didn't, everyone knows the backstory behind Entei, Raikou, and Suicune is the fact that they were Pokemon that got caught in the first timer ball as well. What the heck? That is freaking insane. I wasn't even at full efficiency. Oh, man. Oh, the Aurora Pokemon, Suicune. Suicune embodies the compassion of a pure spring of water. It runs across the land with gracefulness. This Pokemon has the power to purify dirty water. So I think the nickname Purity is pretty apt here. So there you have it, the legendary beasts. So what I was going to say is everybody knows the backstory, and if you didn't, of the legendary beasts, they were trapped in the burnt tower in the Johto region at Ekritique City, and Ho-Oh reincarnated them in the symbols of the thunder that struck down the tower, the fire that burnt it, and then the wind and rain that put out the flames. So it's kind of cool. Also, people, it's not sure in the history as to whether or not these Pokemon were already Raikou, Entei, and Suicune, but a lot of people believe them to be Jolteon, Flareon, and Vaporeon, mainly because their color palettes are very similar. Even their shiny color palettes are very similar, and it kind of does sort of add to that coolness that Jolteon, you know, was reincarnated as this, you know, god of thunder, Thor, you know. But anyway, that is going to do it for today, guys. Hope you all enjoyed this episode. Join us next time when we will be catching 3 other trios. Oh yeah, and that's something I didn't mention is, of course, because this is a trio of Pokemon, the Trio Master is Ho-Oh for reincarnating them. Anyway, yes, 3 other trios, or not 3 other trios, 3 other Pokemon that belong to a trio next episode. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all then. Bye-bye. Man, that was easy legendary catching right there. Easy.